Welcome to the demo video for the Platinum Estimating System for Painting by Evergreen Technology. Remember, you can always pause this video at any time should you want to study the screen more in depth. Now, Platinum Estimating software was specifically made for commercial painting contractors and residential painting contractors as well. When it comes to estimating, there are two basic ways of estimating. The first way we call digital plans, where the general contractor provides you digital plans and specs, and you go from there. The other type is called site bid, where there are no plans available. Visit the job site, do your takeoff, and then take it from there. Now, the Platinum Estimating System will do both of these ways of estimating with the sole purpose of making it very easy, very fast, dead-on accurate, and fully automated. Let's start with the Digital Plan System. This requires you have or purchase Digital Takeoff software, which is sold separately. We have researched many digital takeoff software programs and found PlanSwift to be the best. I understand that they have sold more copies than any other takeoff software and is the only one that allows the user to program how they want PlanSwift to work. That means that we have created a plugin for PlanSwift that allows PlanSwift to work seamlessly with our Platinum Estimating System. Let's see how our system works with PlanSwift, and don't worry, we provide complete training videos on using PlanSwift with all the shortcuts you can take that will literally cut your estimating time in half or more. This is the PlanSwift system. Since this is an introductory video, I will show the overall features of the system, and remember, full training on using PlanSwift with our system is provided on other training videos. Now, the upper right hand corner shows the templates area where we have custom programmed Platinum assemblies for our system. Now, these Platinum assemblies are simply a list of surfaces that you could paint or want to set up in your takeoff. You'll notice on site we have these offices that still need to be added to this takeoff. To add the offices, we would select the walls and then add our own description as we want it to appear to our customers and or on our proposal. It would look like this, where we could give it whatever name we want. Set the wall height to 8 down here. We're ready to go. Just hit the OK button and then continue and go ahead and do your takeoff for those areas. We've also have a situation where the general contractor is going to ask us for an alternate for the pipe bollards. We go to that page. We see the pipe bollards. We're calling for paint here. And then we would select that same way by selecting the bollards and entering the description as you want that to appear to your contractors. And then we go ahead and hit the OK button here and go ahead and do the quantity takeoff for that by clicking on all the bollards you want to have included. Very simple, very easy to work with PlanSwift. Now, the next thing we may want to do is we may want to put everything in the order that we want to appear on our proposal to our customers. Now, you notice here we have the last 4 digits, P01. We're missing 2, our office areas that we added. We're going to sneak that up here and put that in order. And the bollards are already in place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this just allows us to put this in order the way we want our contractors or our customers to see them. When we're ready to do the actual estimate and send this over to our Platinum system, we click on the estimating button up here at the top of the screen. It gives us the information detail here, and then we click on the export button to have it generate for us an Excel spreadsheet that is now usable with our system. That Excel spreadsheet would look something like this. So all we have to do here is copy the information that PlanSwift gave me. You'll notice the little dashed lines that indicates that is now ready to be pasted wherever you want to put it. And then here's where we go down to our Excel estimating system, where it says paste here. This is the PlanSwift import. And then we just come up here and hit the paste option and dump that into our system. Once we have this into our Platinum system, we can then use our navigation button to take us to the next step of going to the takeoff specifications. It would look like this. In the process of setting up the project, you would give it the project name in the sample project, where it says sample job here. When you have your customers on file, your general contractors, you can select them, which contractor we're going to do that for. That will automatically then populate. If you want to tell it who the architect was and you have those in the database, then you can actually select that as well. You can enter the plan date, the bid time if you want to track that within the system if you choose. If not, you can just leave that blank. It's up to you. And down here we have the ability to select which paint manufacturer you want to use. SWP for Sherwin-Williams paint. We have Benjamin Moore, PPG, Behr, and then you can create whoever you want to use in this system. It will automatically program itself with whichever manufacturer you want to do. Again, the training videos will show you how to do this. What grade do you want? Grade 1, 2, or 3? Grade 3 is good for competitive purposes. Grade 2 is the one you typically buy. Grade 1 would be the one that's the best grade should they decide to specify premium grade paints. Right now we have it specified for Sherwin-Williams, typical grade that we paint. Next thing, we already have it defaulted in PlanSwift to tell me what the interior exterior categories are. What we need to do is to specify each one of these things with the paint systems that we want to use. When you click on this first box here, a drop down will occur, and it will pick up only systems that you would put on walls. It doesn't pick up exterior stuff or anything that's not really usable. So you're going to say, okay, for this project, for those walls, they want 1 coat of primer and 2 coats of flat latex, as specified. Now for the common areas, same thing, same type. We can actually copy this and save some time and just say let's go all the way down for the break room, all the way down to here. Now the restrooms is calling for epoxy, so I'm going to hit that drop down here. I'm going to scroll down here to where I can find the epoxy paint, 1 coat primer, 2 coats of epoxy, specified for that. Doors and frames, what you typically put on doors. Now notice the materials have automatically rearrange themselves so that it'll show you what is typically used. Let's give it 2 coats of semi-gloss latex. For the hollow metal frames painted, we can do the same thing here. We can copy this and paste this down to this one. For the ceilings, typically it gets flat latex. Give it 2 coats of flat latex for that. And then for our alternate, what we're going to put on the pipe ballers, we're going to put industrial enamel. Again, this defaults to what you would typically put on it first. Now over here, this is an alternate, and we want to use this screen over here at the very end to tell the computer, use the format Alt-1, A-L-T, space 1, pipe bollards. What that does is automatically separates that out from our base bid price. You'll see how that works in just a bit. Now, the important thing to remember is once you have done this column, everything else is defaulted to your database. When your database is set up correctly with your exact prices for materials from your suppliers, it will automatically, with no more time, calculate your materials for you, your labor for you. Everything that this thing features is now automatic, which basically means you're done with this bid. Everything you need, including the information you need for your field, is done. It's all automated from this point. Let's take a look. Over here on the left-hand side, we have our navigation bars. Let's take a look at the labor to see what it came up with for our labor. And here it gives you the breakdown and shows you the production rates it used, how many priming hours, how many finish hours. All the breakdown for every line item that you have here broken out by the hour. Now, yes, the light green buttons, light green boxes, pardon me, tell you that you have the ability to change this to whatever you want. You can change your production rate, it'll automatically recalculate the hours, or you can put in whatever hours you want. There's the total base hours for that line item over here in this column. Well, that's a very usable tool where you can edit on the fly, but most of the time when your database is accurate, you shouldn't have to modify this. Now that's our labor. Materials. Now you'll notice in here it has every line item, and because we selected Sherwin-Williams primer, it automatically tells you the name of the primer, the type of primer, what its spread rate is, how many gallons you're going to need, the price per gallon for that specific material from that manufacturer. Now as a quick demonstration here, if we were to switch to Benjamin Moore, just say BMP, now we go back to the materials, you'll notice the entire project has been redone using Benjamin Moore's product line here with their spread rates, their cost per gallon, to show you what that would be. Over here it has the evaluation for the entire project. Right now Sherwin-Williams is low, Benny Moore is high, these other two are kind of falling in between. That's a useful tool in case you need to be more competitive with your price. You can actually see if you can switch material supplier based on the specifications and use whatever you want to be more competitive with your price. That's the material breakdown, and again, everything here is editable. You can change your production rates, you can change your price per gallon in case you get a better deal from your supplier. Let's go back to our takeoff spec and put that back in with Sherwin-Williams here. Okay, now the next thing you may want to do is add equipment. When you have the add equipment, we have already programmed for you a whole bunch of possible equipments. You put in your rates over here, part of the edit feature. We've come up with some prices in there automatically for you that should be close to what they are in your area. And then that will automatically allow you to say, well, you know what, for that high area, we may need a week of a scissor lift at 30 feet. So we'll put in number 1 there, and now that will automatically pick that up in your bid. That's all there is to it. When you're done with these features, labor, material, and edit, you're happy with it, then you would click on our job summary button. Now don't get confused by this page. It's really not that sophisticated. It's not that difficult. Everything is simple. And when you take the time to learn this system, you will realize that it really is the easiest program that's out there because everything is fully automated. The lower part down here just shows you a breakdown showing you the alternate cost unit prices, at a cost of the unit price. So you can evaluate that by unit price if you want to. If these are looking a little low, you can go back to either the labor and materials and edit those on the fly to hit whatever unit price you want to for that job. Now the beauty of this program is it will allow you to add anything you can possibly think of that may need to be added for this project. For the base bid, now notice the alternate has been separated out over here. Is taken out. And for the base bid and only the base bid, it will allow you to click this button and say we can put in any hours more for anything you want. The hassle factor of getting brush outs, drawdowns for 7 different colors may take more time. You may want to throw that in there. Mobilization may be needed. If you want to add that in, you can set the default there. Overtime applies to this job. If it does, and you tell it what you want to use for your defaults amount. Any dollar amount that you want to add for whatever, you can type that in there. Travel, per diem, and parking, just put the X there and it'll add that in your bid. So this does allow you to handle a lot of scenarios where you can automatically put in whatever you want. Back to the summary page, if the alternate has any specific thing you want to add, you click the add alternate things here, and in alternate number 1, you can put in anything you want for added equipment, miscellaneous hours, dollars, crew size, and for whatever you need, and it will automatically add that to the bid. So you see the powerful use of this software is it does literally allow for anything you can think of. Over here for my alternates, I may want to define that as what the customer will see. Alternate 1. Pipe bollards. And then that will now populate to the proposal to the customer. Hey, let's take a look at that. This is my summary. Let's jump to the proposal sheet. Now in here, we have the ability to designate what type of proposal format you want. This is to a commercial contractor. We do want the industry standards to show up. More on that on the training video. Do you want to ask for a material draw? Usually not. If so, how what percent? Do you want to give them line item prices? No, we don't. Once this is specified, you just say, I want you to generate that proposal based on those selections, and then your proposal will automatically be generating, showing everything that's in the base bid, the alternates broken out. Separate price usually is needed for that, so that's already there. Because we didn't ask it to show the line item breakdown, we just say that's included in the base price of, and there's the base amount up here at the very top of the screen. Automatically generated, very powerful tool. And yes, it comes with this interior prep definitions if you want it to show. It has a list of exclusions and list of clarifications that are industry standard. And yes, these are customized and editable to your specific needs, however you want that to show up as your default. Okay, that's the proposal. Now where we go more than anybody else is we take it to the field. When you hit the field reports over here, you have the ability to assign colors. What colors do you want to assign? We had 7 different colors there. So we use Sherwin-Williams as the default. And for Sherwin-Williams, let's say that they have selected a couple of colors here. You go to the specifications. You put in SW6119. It will automatically find that color for P1. For P2, let's say they want 6126, SW 6126, pulls up that color, Navajo white, and so on down the list. I'm going to do this very quickly and throw in some numbers here just to kind of show you how that works. Okay, I've gone ahead and finished putting in the rest of the paint numbers over here. You'll notice the right hand side of the screen will show you the exact product name from that manufacturer for the primer. Universal Pro Krill is going to be going for your epoxy system over there, pre-catalyzed epoxy over here. Now what's powerful, just by putting in these colors and assigning these numbers in PlanSwift, it will automatically generate your field material order. That means it's going to come over here and present and prepare for you automatically a purchase order. You can literally send to your paint supplier telling them, here's everything we need for the primers, product names, how many gallons we have estimated. Now you can say whatever you want to order. You want to order only 25 of those, you can do that. And this lets them know this is how many I want to order in this column here and over here for your finished materials. Very powerful tool. How much time does it take you to figure out how many gallons of what type and what color material for your job once you sell it? Here, it's instant. You just assign the color names and it automatically calculates that for you. No other software does this that we are aware of. Now back to the field, we have the other options here for my field reports. I can get the field labor. This is the scope of work you give to your painters in the field to tell them, here's a list of everything we have included in our price. This is an alternate. Has it been accepted, yes or no? This is flagged at no. When that's accepted, then in the accounting function you say yes, that has been accepted, add that to the billing and it'll automatically change this to a yes and populate this with the information so that your employees know that is included in this project. It also lets them know here's how many hours you're expected to do the prime coats in, the finish hours in, your total hours budgeted for this project. It lets your employees know what is expected of them to get this thing done on target. It also helps your project manager track that on a daily basis to see if they are meeting those requirements. How are we doing on the hours so far? Very powerful tool. We also have on the field list. Here's a list of equipment where you can enter the quantities of whatever you want for sundries and it'll keep track of that, letting your employees know before you hit the job site, make sure you have whatever you want. We need 6 tubes of caulking on this project. Notice this went yellow. The back means if you didn't use that, we expect it back. How many of them came back? 2 of them came back. And that lets you know that, okay, now that's done. Then notice over here on the right-hand side, we told it we wanted the scissor lift. It automatically brought this forward and let them know that you need that for 1 week. Did it come back? You can leave that blank if you want to until it actually comes back and returned. Very powerful tool there for you. Again, we don't know of any other software package that has this as a feature of their software. Now back to the job summary. We also have a couple of extra benefits. We have project notes if you want to keep track of any notes specific that the general contractor told you over the phone or by email for this project can be kept with the estimate. Any addendums that happen, it has an addendum tracker where you can say this is addendum number 1. What was it? What do we need to add or include or exclude and be aware of? Note that on our proposal sheet that there are this many addendums acknowledged. We have an accounting feature where when you sell the job, it gives the accounting department everything it needs. When you say I want to generate this report, there's a report that goes to accounting to let them see everything that they need to do to set it up in accounting. So basically, this is the overall view of what our Platinum estimating system for painting does. Now, let's take a look at the site estimating and how that works. This will be a very quick demo because we're not going to show you all the back-end features that we've shown you. It's all the same. Basically, how you do the site bid is you would come in here and give it whatever the contact information is. I'm going to tell it for the first thing we have an interior surface and it falls in the category of walls. PlanSwift does this for us automatically, but the site bid you'd have to tell it. This is going to be walls. For my system, what's the paint system that's going to go on it? We're going to give it 1 coat primer and 2 coats of semi-gloss latex. What's the customer description we want them to see? And then we just basically tell it what is the total quantity. I can put the total quantity of surface here, or I can put in the dimensions of the room. It is a 10 by 12 room at a height of 9, and it'll automatically calculate the square footage for me. Or I can use this as a multiplier. I have the length of 12 feet. 12, let's make that bigger projects. Let's say I got 120 lineal feet with a multiplier of 10 feet apiece. Now it tells us, okay, you've got 1,200 square feet of surface quantity. And so that can do it one of 3 different ways. This is when you learn this system, the training videos will show you how to do that. With that done, then you'll see that everything else becomes active. There's my labor, there's my material, there's the job summary. Everything is exactly as it is with the PlanSwift version. The only difference is you're manually entering it's a 5-step process is what I call it. 3 things here to identify the interior, exterior of the category, the system that goes on it, the description, your measurements, and then you're done with this 100% as long as your database is accurate. So you can see the Platinum system is literally the best estimating system on the market, in our opinion, because it is the fastest digital takeoff method. It is the fastest site bid method. It is exact gallons of materials automatically calculated for you, 0 extra time. Accurate labor hours automatically calculated for you, no extra time. Instant proposal for you to give to your customers. Material ordering your purchase automatically generates this by color and type of material. Sundries and equipment list, your field labor budget for the scope work to your field, your accounting report, alternates and notes automatically done for you, keeping everything separate to fit your desires on how you want to submit to your customers. Now would be a good time to freeze your screen with the pause button, take a look at these, and review anything you want to by backing up and seeing that part of this video. Now this is not the only system we have. We have other Platinum systems that are available on the market, not shown on this video. This is the Platinum estimating system here. We have what's called the estimating tracking system, which is a bid board that tracks your estimates, sales, estimating sales ratios, and more. Look for that on our website. We have a project tracking thing. Once you've sold the job, you need to keep track of when the color samples have been done. When does this labor need to be scheduled? Anything you need that's going to help you track that project, and a very complete to-do list for you so that your projects will run smoothly. We have a budget versus actual report. You can have weekly meetings with your staff and have them report on how they're doing so you can keep track of these jobs on an ongoing basis. You can't fix it at the end of the project, but you can fix it in the middle where you can identify potential problems early on. That's what this system does for you. Estimating other trades. If you have other trades that you need something like this for, other trades other than painting, let us know. We have it such that we can custom program anything you need for any trade that will work similar to this for you. Just give us a call. We can explain how that works. Contact information is at the bottom of the screen here. Freeze your screen if you need time to get that. Give us a call. Contact us by email. Notice when you give us a call, we get a lot of spam calls every day. And what we need to do is to filter those out. So if you leave a message, it tells us you're not a spam caller. If you do not leave a message, you just hang up without leaving a message, our system assumes you're a spam and it will automatically block your phone number from calling us. This way you'll only be able to contact us from email. So please leave a message if you're giving us a call. That's it for this demo. Thank you for watching and have a good day.